She said like it meant nothing. Flat, careless, cruel. I don't want to be intimate because you're terrible in bed. The words cut to the quiet of our room sharper than any slap could. I stood there, frozen, trying to process whether I'd really heard her right or if my mind had twisted her meaning. But no, her face told me she meant every word. Calm, distant, detached. Like she'd been holding it in, waiting for the perfect moment to throw it at me. Outside, rain tapped softly against a window, a steady rhythm that didn't match the pounding in my chest. I repeated her words under my breath, hoping they'd sound different the second time. Bad in bed. She sighed, still scrolling through her phone. Don't make this dramatic, Mark. I'm just being honest. Not everything has to be a fight. Something inside me cracked. Not rage, not even shame. Just disbelief. The woman I'd loved for 5 years was sitting there, speaking about me like I was some stranger she'd grown tired of. I stared at her, searching for any trace of the person who used to hold me like I mattered. What changed? I asked quietly. She rolled her eyes. Everything doesn't have to change, Mark. Sometimes things just stop working. I didn't sleep that night. I lay awake beside her, listening to her calm, steady breathing while my thoughts tore me apart. The next few days were strange. She acted like nothing had happened, humming while she made coffee, laughing at her favorite shows, asking about my day like she hadn't shattered something vital inside me. Then I started noticing things. The late-night girls' nights that kept her out past midnight. The subtle new perfume, expensive, unfamiliar. The secretive little smiles at her phone. I told myself I was imagining it, that maybe she was right. I just wasn't enough. But the doubt ate at me. One night, she came home close to midnight, hair messy, lipstick smudged. Traffic, she said before I could ask. Rough night? I asked, forcing a smile. You wouldn't understand, she replied coolly, brushing past me. A week later, I found the proof. A restaurant receipt crumpled in the pocket of her jeans. 2 entrees, a bottle of wine, 1 dessert. At the bottom, in neat handwriting, you look beautiful tonight. R. I stood in the laundry room staring at that note while the washing machine hummed behind me. The smell of detergent suddenly made me sick. I didn't confront her right away. That night, I just watched her move through the house like everything was normal, her laughter echoing against the walls of a lie. Later, I drove around the neighborhood, circling the same blocks, trying to quiet my thoughts. I stopped at a gas station, bought a coffee I didn't drink, and stared at my reflection in the glass door. Bad in bed. Not enough. Replaceable. No, not anymore. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I decided to change, not for her, but for myself. I started waking up early, hitting the gym, reading, focusing on rebuilding what she'd broken. The physical changes came first. The emotional ones took longer. Meanwhile, she kept slipping away, spending weekends at her sister's, returning home smelling like someone else's cologne. I let her think I didn't notice. A month later, I told her I'd be out of town visiting a friend. She barely looked up from her phone. Okay, have fun. Instead, I checked into a small hotel nearby. That night, at 9:17, I watched her car pull into the driveway. 15 minutes later, another car followed. A tall man got out, neat hair, white shirt, confidence radiating off him. He walked inside. I didn't move. I just gripped the steering wheel, feeling my pulse in my fingertips. Then I took out my phone and hit record. The next morning, I came home early. She was in the kitchen, sipping coffee, hair damp from a shower. Morning, I said. She looked up, surprised. You're back early. Yeah, I replied, setting my phone on the counter. Plans changed. She smiled nervously. Everything okay? I hit play. The sound of the door unlocking filled the room, followed by soft laughter, hers and the clink of glasses. Her face drained of color as the image appeared on screen. Her and him. Mark, wait, she began, reaching for me. I stepped back. Don't. It's not what it looks like, she whispered, tears welling up. I let out a hollow laugh. You're right. It looks like 2 people who couldn't even make it upstairs. Her voice broke. Please, I can explain. Explain what? I asked quietly. That I wasn't enough? That you needed someone else to make you feel wanted? She covered her face, shaking. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did, I said calmly. And then you blamed me for it. She looked up at me, trembling. Please, don't leave. I took a slow breath. I'm not the man you broke anymore. Maybe I wasn't good enough for you, but I've learned something. Being good in bed doesn't matter when your heart's already somewhere else. Her lips quivered. What are you saying? I'm saying this is the last time you'll ever tell me I'm not enough. I walked past her, the air thick with perfume and regret. At the door, I paused. You were right about one thing, I said quietly. Honesty isn't a crime. You just never learn how to live with it. I closed the door behind me. Outside, the morning sun broke through clouds. For the first time in months, the world felt quiet, still, almost peaceful. I wasn't angry anymore, just free. A few weeks later, I saw her at a cafe downtown, sitting alone, staring into her cup like she was trying to find the past in it. Our eyes met for a second before she looked away. She never expected me to change. That was her biggest mistake.